Welcome to Small Town Pulse with Steve and Melissa, where the stories are good, the coffee's strong, and the charm is home brewed.
We bring you the heart of small town living,
One story,
one sip,
and one beat at a time. Today on Small Town Pulse with Steve and Melissa, we're diving deep into the heart of country music with Taylorsville own JD Shelburne. From growing up in the fields to sharing stages with legends, JD's journey is all heart, hustle, and honky-tonk soul. Whether you're a longtime fan or discovering his story, you're in for some truth, laughs, and maybe even a few stories from the road. It's not just country, it's homegrown energy with a backbeat. Let's feel that pulse. Hey, welcome JD. How you doing?
Thanks for having me on. Doing great. Happy Tuesday. I thought it was Monday.
Yeah, it's one of
well,
those things.
our holiday week always comes
Every
off,
time.
right? Yeah.
Really good to meet you guys.
You
Same
too.
here. So let's just get started. With your hometown of Taylorsville, it plays a big part in your story. What was it like growing up here? What have you taken with you to Nashville, and what do you miss?
Yeah, so appreciate you guys having me on. I didn't grow up like in Taylorsville thinking I was going to be a country artist at birth or anything. This kind of fell into my lap kind of late in life. And so I didn't really realize how special Taylorsville was until I started building fans, and it became really a platform to tell a small town story about taking a music career from the middle of nowhere to a college town, and then now Nashville. I started playing. I grew up in Taylorsville my whole life. My parents still lived there. My brother, all my family. We grew up on a tobacco farm. I grew up playing sports. Went to the high school down there in town, and graduated in 2001. And in 2002, my grandmother back home, who worked at Froman Drug downtown, she had spent her whole life working there. She passed away my first semester in college. I came home for her funeral and found a guitar. Actually, the guitar that I found is actually on the opposite side of the camera, but I still have it. But took it back to college with me and started playing music, and kind of had a little niche for learning how to play songs. And I'd come back home to Taylorsville like every weekend playing at church. My dad had the keys to the church at First Baptist. He was a deacon, so I could go in and play on their PA system, and I really honed my craft there in an empty church. Many Friday nights when my friends were out partying, I was at church in an empty sanctuary just picking guitar and hoping one day it'd pay off, and it finally did. So Taylorsville, I'm really, really grateful for the platform it gave me. I've mentioned Taylorsville literally every show I've ever played. Even the Grand Ol Opry asked me about Taylorsville on WSM that night I did my debut. It was really a monumental moment to be able to talk about my hometown, how truly special it has been, how it's propelled me to success, to creating my own bourbon, now playing over 3,000 shows, and getting this Grand Ol Opry reserved parking sign. It's been a long time, but Taylorsville, I owe it all to them, the family, the people. You asked me what I miss the most. My family, I miss a lot. I don't see them as much as I like. I do see them quite a bit, but it's hard to get back home now with on the road and my sons in sports down in Nashville. So, but one thing I like about Taylorsville, when I go home, I feel like I'm stepping back when I first left. I mean, it's still the same place, a lot of the same people, a lot of the same stores. So it's got a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Well, I did notice that one time when you came in, you were working the fields on the farm when you came by.
Yeah.
So they put you back to work
Oh
then.
yeah. That the music stuff to dad is like, hey, you're going to work when you come home, bud. Just
You're
don't
not,
get
you're
just
not
don't get your
favorites here.
fingers. My dad's like, just don't get your fingers caught in any farm equipments because you cannot play guitar if you get your fingers hurt. So I'm like, all
Right.
right, I'll wear gloves.
That's awesome.
And you mentioned the Grand Ol Opry. I mean, we definitely want to talk about that. I mean, that had to be a monumental moment in your career.
It was huge. I mean, I didn't expect the email. Actually, I've been doing this 17 years, touring every year. I played over 3,000 shows. I've played with my heroes. I got to play the Ryman Auditorium once, but I never played the actual Grand Ole Opry. Never had official debut, and I've gotten to tour with people like Steve Wariner, Travis Tritt, Oak Ridge Boys, Crystal Gale, people that were actual members of the Opry. And every time I'd see them, I'd be like, "Hey, my bucket list is to play the Opry. If you've got a string you can pull, I sure would appreciate it." So I've had a few people like write letters of recommendation through the years. Just never heard anything back. Had PR firms that have worked with me through the years promoting my albums that are really connected here in Nashville. That work with people like Lee Greenwood, the Oak Ridge Boys, how I met them, which is a whole nother story, and just so many iconic artists that have kind of gave them like a gentle nudge. Hey, JD Shelburne really wants this. This is his bucket list, and it took me a long time to get the invite. But I got an invite back in June via email from the talent director at the Opry, and I tell you, the moment of the feeling that of getting that email on my phone. I was in the garage working in my trailer because we played in Bloomfield that next day. The feeling that came out of my body when I got that email that, hey, we're inviting you to make your debut, was like a feeling I can't even explain. I've never gotten that feeling before. I was like instant happiness, and felt like you won the lottery times 10 or something.
No, I
Uh,
bet.
but and then I got to pick the date. I was on a Saturday night Opry, which is like, they've been doing Saturday night consecutives for like thousand, so many shows and over 100 years. So to be invited on my Opry debut during Opry Year 100, I got to sign the Opry archive book that's going to be in their archives forever. They gave me that sign. Crystal Gale was on the show that night. Steve Warner introduced me. It was a moment that, if my music career stopped today and that was it, I would be satisfied. It was the moment to wrap everything up. But it's just propelled me to new heights and more fans, and so hopefully a second return here soon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Um, yeah, now like you had the Grand Ole Opry, you have a new album coming out, and you also came out with your new bourbon. Um, how did the bourbon play into that, and
How
what
did
made
that
you,
come
yeah,
about?
what made that come about?
Yeah, so I've done many shows for bourbon companies through the years of touring. Four Roses, Jim Beam, Angel's Envy, Evan Williams has sponsored my tour. Four Roses Bourbon. I've done Whiskey Thief, so many different distilleries. No one has ever asked me to be an ambassador. I've just been hired to play their shows, do the shows, and that's it. Now Evan Williams has wrapped my trailer and done some different tour sponsoring, show sponsorings through the years. But back in February of this year, the owners of Inclusion Brand had reached out to my website. They had saw me at a couple shows in years past, and they had another product that a comedian had been an ambassador for, and they were looking for a musician that was Kentucky based, that had some popularity, that was really not taken by some of they call them the big dogs like Jim Beam and Four Roses and things, and wanted to know if I was interested. Well, at the time I got the email, I don't drink, and so it's like, obviously I do promote bourbon because it's through Kentucky, the Bourbon Trail. However, Evan Williams is wrapping my trailer. Their logos on my trailer in my garage as we speak. It's like, how in the world is Inclusion Brand going to even hire me to be an ambassador if I've got all these connections to other bourbon companies? And so, worked a deal with them to be their ambassador. They were cool with the Evan Williams branding. They were cool with me playing shows at Maker's Mark this past weekend. They've just been really great to work with. And then over the course of time of being their ambassador, trying to get their level of just a promo level off the ground a little bit more through my fan base. I've got a amazing fan base that actually will listen and respond, and support. And so through that, they're like, hey, we want to actually give you your own bottle of bourbon. We want to sell your bourbon on shelf. We'll work a deal with you on the sales of it to make some money to make you want to do this for us. And so we did. We sold our first batch out. We're on our second batch and it's getting sold out, which is amazing. Liquor Barn's been amazing. We're in every Liquor Barn. We're in 50 stores. So it's hard to believe I'm on a bottle of bourbon. It's just like, bourbon was not in our house growing up in Kentucky. It's just now it's like, it's in stores and it's been a whole different marketing tool.
And it's right here in Ace Liquors in
It's an
Taylorsville.
Ace. Yeah, it's an Ace. So thanks to Ace. Yeah. And
For
we're
anyone who doesn't know, they're right next to and owned by the same people as Lake City Mart.
Yeah, yeah. And when I was a kid, that was Settlers Trace. So
Yeah.
that was I'm really glad that Ace Liquors put that in their store. I think it's the only place in Taylorsville right now that has it. So I want to encourage your people to stop and bring and get a bottle of it, and I'll sign it. It makes for great collectors. If you don't drink, that's no problem, and it sits on my shelf too. So makes for great gifts.
It does. Yeah, that's right. I mean, the holidays are right around the corner.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get one for Beverly at the Red Scooter.
Oh, I love Beverly, man.
It can sit on her shelf.
She's my sweetheart girl. I love her so much.
Isn't she the best?
Yeah,
She is.
he's
She's a
awesome.
legend. They're gonna have her like
A
what do you call
statue
it?
erected or
Statue in
something.
Taylorsville for her
Yeah,
one of
right.
these days.
Yeah. She is she's like our unofficial mascot of the town.
Yeah, yeah, she is.
You
She
and
is.
her. I mean, your sign's up on her building,
Yeah.
so
I know that's what is crazy. I'm so grateful they even did that years ago. So I need to. I was telling my dad actually was talking about the other day, and I was like we probably should update that with an Opry photo or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah, that'd be cool.
really honored to be from Taylorsville.
Awesome.
So, talking about the whirlwind that you've been on and everything else, um, what helps you keep you grounded during all this?
I think just I started from the bottom. Started in Taylorsville. I remember playing homecoming in like 2005 on the gooseneck trailer. It's like the days of playing in nursing homes where, I didn't think anybody was listening, to playing church picnics where there was maybe four or five people watching me. It's like I really started at the bottom where at the time I was still having fun. I had no idea that one day I would get to play the Opry or open for ZZ Top or headline these huge shows in my hometown that I was putting on myself. And I think just early humble beginnings. My family has kept me grounded. My wife and just fans. I've got a lot of really loyal supporters. Some people's been following me for 17 years. I have a lady right now that's probably been to, I'd say, 1,000 shows, maybe more. I have a,
Oh
a
wow.
couple from St. Louis, Missouri that's already put 10,000 miles on the truck just this year following me. They probably put 50,000 miles. I mean, people keep up with this stuff. They tell me like, "Hey, we've been to X amount of shows. You're the reason we've got 50,000 miles on our new truck." So it's pretty all those things combined, I think, keep me humble. You gotta remain positive, get rid of the negative. I mean, you see people online that'll talk bad about your music from your hometown. I've seen that before, and it's like
Yeah.
you just learn to move on, and not everybody's gonna like you. I've learned that, and I think once you realize that, once you get to a level of stardom, and you realize that not everyone back home or even still around the Kansas are gonna like your music, you just got to learn to live with it and keep plowing through, and that's what I've done.
Right.
Music is so personal to so many people. It's you can't please everybody for
No, you
sure.
can't.
No,
Can't.
it's also that love-hate relationships. As
It
many people
is.
love you, there's that many people that hate you,
Yeah,
and you just gotta shrug it off.
And if you don't have
you
people that
do.
hate you, you're not doing something right.
Exactly right. Yeah, jealousy can sometimes be evil, and I've learned to kind of live with that through the music career, through popularity, through getting shows. Some people spend their lifetime to try to get a show and never get it, and I mean I've spent almost my half my life trying to get the Opry, and I finally got it. So it's like I've earned it. I've earned everything I've gotten through hard work and determination, and just getting rid of people in my circle that may have held me back and put new people in my circle and just plowing forward. And so all that has helped me stay humble and be grateful for people, still shake hands and sign autographs if someone wants it. So
Yeah.
That's cool.
You are definitely probably one of the most accommodating to your fans, I would say. You
well, I
know,
appreciate I
you're
appreciate
always
that.
willing, like we talked about earlier, you respond back. You're actually doing your own social
Oh
media.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
not somebody else. That's JD.
No.
Uh,
Right.
and you're responding back. You're having real conversations with people and building
Mhm.
real relationships, not only through your music and through your shows, but also through your social media and your marketing. So I think it's so many people are missing the mark there. And I think
Well, I appreciate
that's
it.
how
Yeah.
you've built the success that you
Yeah.
have.
It doesn't come overnight. I mean, people say that you're an overnight superstar, and like, I know I've been doing this 17 years on the road touring. It's like you can go back on my computer right now, and I have every folder from every year. People have sent me photos, and they're all categorized what show it was, and it's like I look back on those, like I wasn't on a TV show and on American Idol and blew up overnight from a small town. No, I've been doing this like grinding, like Loretta Lynn did it back during the when she was first coming up with her husband, they were just driving from radio tower to radio tower trying to get people to play her music. And it's like I've kind of been on the same journey because, granted, social media has been my best friend. I've had social media, Facebook since through my whole career pretty much, but it's helped connect the dots.
Mhm. Definitely.
Cool.
Well, tell us about the new album. I saw you just announced its release
Yeah.
date, November 14th.
Yeah, November 14th, I have a new record coming out. It's called Raised on the Good Stuff. It's actually a song that I wrote about 90s country music. It's going to have 11 songs. A few years back, I moved next door to a number one hit songwriter named Mark Nessler. He's written 10 number ones and probably 500 cuts. So he's made a living off songwriting. Like he wrote the song Tim McGraw, Just to See You Smile.
Oh,
George Strait's number one, Living, Living Well. He wrote the title track to Gwyneth Paltrow's movie Country Strong. So he's got lots of success under his belt in Beaumont, Texas. And so he's been a huge mentor to my career, to my albums, my last three albums, which I had a top 10 record on iTunes. And he helped me put songs on this record coming out. So I'm really grateful for people like him and my producers around Nashville. And so this will be my, I guess, seventh record put out. And it's crazy to think. So we got to debut one song on the Opry, Summertime All Year. So I'm really excited with this record. November 14th is the release date for that. So I just actually finished up listening and getting it mastered. So I wanted to try to push it back till the winter months so I can actually focus on building promo for it. So I'm hoping sometime in the future I can come back to Taylorsville. I know the last we've done,
It's been a
I
while.
guess it has. It was 2023 was the last time
Mhm.
I was there, and so I'm hoping maybe next year I'll work something out. It takes me a while to raise a lot of money to put those on, and weather permitting.
Right.
Luckily, now 2021 was a hometown show, which was amazing. It actually caught the eyes of the Today Show. They put a picture of Taylorsville on the Today Show on the Sunday morning, whatever they call that talk. So
Oh, how
that
cool
was
is
kind of
that?
cool.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. So
I'll
but
have to go back and find that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's on Meet. It
Yeah.
was we were on Meet the Press. So
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
the crowd was so big. So I was very grateful for people. Taylorsville, it's fun. I try to make shows free for the public, and hopefully maybe next year.
Awesome. We would love that.
So, what's next for you in 2025 and beyond? I know you have a couple of concerts coming up, not too far from here. But what else do you have going on? That-
You know, 2026, I'll uh, promote my record pretty hard. You know, I am going to come back to Bloomfield, do a street concert. I've done those 4 or 5 years in a row. Hopefully Taylorsville in the horizon. We're going back to Vegas in April. Just continue touring. You know, I am a big holiday music lover. I love Christmas songs. I'll put Christmas music out this year. I've never done a Christmas tour. That's something on the horizon. So maybe that in 2026. I've done a couple Christmas shows, but never an actual tour, you know, small town cities and actually bring my band and do Christmas songs. That was a big hit last year, and we realized that after that one show we did in Litchfield. But just continue building my career. Hopefully, we'll branch my bourbon out to different states. We're in Kentucky right now. We're looking to branch my bourbon into Tennessee and Indiana next. So we're working on getting all the paperwork signed for that, and just continuing building, you know, building a platform. Just introducing people to my music is what I've been doing the last 17 years. So
Yeah.
I'll continue that and
Staying on the grind, right?
staying on the grind. Yeah, I get bored if I'm home on the weekends. So.
Right. Now, how can people follow you, keep up with your schedule, know where you're playing, all that good stuff?
Yeah, my website is all roads to everything, jdshelburne.com. You can go to Google, type in my name. I'm on all social platforms. Just, you know, not all of my social platforms have a blue check mark, but most of them do, like Instagram and Facebook. Just know that those are legit pages. And so jdshelburne.com will lead you to everything. So if you can find my website, would encourage you to check that out.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for spending a little time with us. It was always great to talk to somebody um, from here in town and who's struck it big.
Yeah, branched out and made a
Yeah.
name for yourself.
I
So,
appreciate
And
it.
we
Yeah,
thank you
it's
for
all
everything you do to
yeah.
talk about us here and promote us here and encourage people to come visit here, visit our businesses. It's very much appreciated.
absolutely. Well, hopefully I can do something before the end of this year. Come in town. I know one time I came in town and I had everybody meet me at like hometown pizza, and I just fed pizza to people randomly. It was kind of fun. So maybe maybe I'll do something this year before the end of the year with you guys, so I can come home
Yeah,
and meet
just
the
come
fans.
by and we'll pop up a tent somewhere and hang out.
Yeah, that sounds great. Appreciate you guys. Everything you do for Taylorsville, man, keep it up. I see it on
Thank
my socials. My wife sees it. It's you're doing I love what you're doing. So keep it up.
thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, good talking to you. Thank
You
you.
too. Take care.
All
See
right,
ya.
Take care.
bye.
That's all for today's episode of Small Town Pulse. Thanks for sharing a little bit of your day with us.
We'll be back soon with more voices, more stories, and more of the heart that makes small towns shine.
Until then, keep listening
Keep smiling.
and always keep your finger on the pulse.